What Mary Slessor did in Calabar will shock your mind. Mary Mitchell Slessor was born on the 2nd of December 1848 in Gilcomston, Aberdeen, Scotland, to a poor working-class family who could not afford proper education. She was the second of 7 children of Robert and Mary Slessor. Her father, originally from Buchan, was a shoemaker by trade. Her mother was born in Old Meldrum, Aberdeenshire, and was a deeply religious woman. In 1859, the family moved to Dundee in search of work. Robert Slessor was an alcoholic and, unable to keep up shoemaking, took a job as a labourer in a mill. Her mother was a skilled weaver and went to work in the mills. At the age of 11, Mary Slessor began work as a half-timer in the Baxter Brothers mill meeting. She spent half of her day at a school provided by the mill owners and the other half working for the company. The Mary Slessors family lived in the slums of Dundee. Mary Slessor's father and both brothers died of pneumonia, leaving behind only Mary, her mother, and 2 sisters. By age 14, Mary had become a skilled jute worker at the mill, working from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. with just an hour for breakfast and lunch. Her mother was a devout Presbyterian who read each issue of the Missionary Record, a monthly magazine published by the United Presbyterian Church, later the United Free Church of Scotland, to inform members of missionary activities and needs. Slessor developed an interest in religion, and when a mission was instituted in Quarry Pend close by the Wishart Church, she wanted to teach. Mary Slessor started her mission at the age of 27 upon hearing that David Livingstone, the famous missionary and explorer, had died. She decided then that she wanted to follow in his footsteps. Mary Slessor applied to the Foreign Mission Board of the United Presbyterian Church. After training in Edinburgh, she set sail in the SS Ethiopia on 5th August 1876 with her cousin Robert Mitchell Beattie, a missionary from New Deer in Buchan, and arrived at her destination in West Africa just over a month. Later, at age 28, Mary Slessor was first assigned to the Calabar region in the land of the Efik people. She was warned that they believed in traditional West African religion and had superstitions about women giving birth to twins. Slessor lived in the missionary compound for 3 years, working first in the missions in Old Town and Creek Town. She wanted to go deeper into Calabar, but contracted malaria and was forced to return to Scotland to recover, leaving Calabar for Dundee in 1879. After 16 months in Scotland, Mary Slessor returned to Calabar, this time to a new assignment 3 miles farther into Calabar. In Old Town, Mary Slessor learned the Efik language culture. She worked among the people preaching and teaching. This topic will focus on what Mary Slessor did in Calabar. That will shock your mind. 1. Mary Slessor stopped the practice of twin killing. Mary Slessor's most notable achievement in Calabar was stopping the practice of twin killing, a traditional belief among the Efik people. Before now, in Efik culture, twins were considered a taboo, associated with evil spirits and bad luck. When a woman gave birth to twins, they were often killed or abandoned in the bush to die. This practice was rooted in superstition and fear. Mary Slessor learned about the practice and was horrified by it. She began to speak out against it, preaching that twins were a blessing from God. She adopted twins herself, showing that they were not cursed. She worked with local leaders to change the cultural narrative around twins. She established a home for twins and their mothers, providing care and support. The practice of twin killing gradually declined and eventually stopped. Twins were no longer seen as a curse, but as a blessing. Mary Slessor work helped to change the cultural mindset and saved countless lives. Mary Slessor's courage and determination in challenging this harmful tradition have had a lasting impact on the Efik people and beyond. 2. Mary Slessor established mission stations. Mary Slessor established several mission stations during her time in Calabar, Nigeria. These stations served as hubs for evangelism, spreading the Christian message and converting locals to Christianity, providing literacy classes, basic education, and vocational training, offering basic medical care, treating illnesses, and promoting hygiene, supporting local economic development, agriculture, and social welfare. Some notable mission stations established by Mary Slessor include Hope Waddell Training Institute, established in 1895, a vocational training center for young men. Creek Town Mission Station, established in 1887, a hub for evangelism, education, and healthcare. ITU Mission Station, 1888, a center for evangelism, education, and community development. Akpap Okyong Mission Station, established in 1892, a hub for evangelism, education, and healthcare. These mission stations played a crucial role in spreading Christianity, promoting education and literacy, improving healthcare, empowering local communities. 3. Mary Slessor translated the Bible. Mary Slessor translated parts of the Bible into the Efik language, making scripture accessible to the local population. Mary Slessor learned the Efik language and culture, enabling her to translate the Bible into the local tongue. She translated the New Testament into Efik, focusing on the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. Mary Slessor also translated selected Psalms and Proverbs, providing wisdom and guidance for the Efik people. She worked with local assistants and language experts to ensure accuracy and cultural relevance. Her translations helped spread Christianity and promoted literacy among the Efik people. Mary Slessor's Bible translation work made scripture accessible to the Efik people, supported evangelism and Christian growth, contributed to language development and literacy, demonstrated her commitment to cultural understanding and adaptation. By translating the Bible into the Efik language, Mary Slessor helped bridge the cultural and linguistic gap, making the Christian message more relatable and understandable to the local population. 4. Mary Slessor provided education and healthcare. Mary Slessor provided education and healthcare to the people of Calabar, Nigeria, via various initiatives. Mary Slessor established schools. She founded schools for boys and girls, offering basic education and literacy classes. She encouraged girls to attend school, challenging cultural norms that favored boys' education. Mary Slessor provided vocational training in skills like sewing, agriculture, and craftsmanship. She offered literacy classes and basic education for adults. Mary Slessor provided basic medical care, treating illnesses and injuries. She offered prenatal, antenatal, and postnatal care, reducing maternal mortality rates. Mary Slessor promoted hygiene, sanitation, and public health practices. She cared for leprosy patients, providing treatment and support. Mary Slessor's education and healthcare initiatives improved literacy rates, enhanced women's empowerment through education, reduced infant and maternal mortality rates, promoted overall well-being and quality of life. 5. Mary Slessor protected women's rights. Mary Slessor was a pioneering advocate for women's rights in Calabar, Nigeria. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries, Mary Slessor challenged patriarchal norms. She spoke out against practices like polygamy, child marriage, and gender-based violence. Mary Slessor empowered women through education. She established schools and literacy programs for women and girls, enabling them to gain independence and confidence. Mary Slessor encouraged women to engage in trade and commerce, promoting financial autonomy, supporting women's economic independence. Mary Slessor provided refuge for women. She offered shelter and support to women fleeing abusive relationships while seeking refuge from harmful cultural practices. Mary Slessor's work promoted women's rights and empowerment, challenging societal norms and paving the way for future generations of women in Calabar. Her legacy continues to inspire advocacy for gender equality and women's empowerment. 6. Mary Slessor learned the Efik language and culture. Mary Slessor's ability to learn the Efik language and culture was instrumental in her success as a missionary and advocate for the people of Calabar, Nigeria. Mary Slessor immersed herself in the Efik language, learning from locals and practicing constantly. She achieved fluency in Efik, enabling her to communicate effectively with the people. Mary Slessor translated Christian texts and materials into Efik, making them accessible to the local population. Mary Slessor approached the Efik culture with humility, recognizing its value and significance. She adapted to local customs, dress, and practices, earning the respect of the community. Mary Slessor gained a deep understanding of Efik culture, enabling her to navigate complex social dynamics and challenges. The benefits of language and cultural learning built trust and rapport with the community, enabled effective communication and evangelism, facilitated cultural understanding and adaptation, enhanced her advocacy and support for the Efik people. Mary Slessor's commitment to language and cultural learning demonstrates the importance of cultural humility and understanding in building meaningful relationships and making a positive impact in diverse cultural contexts. 7. Mary Slessor encouraged monogamy. Mary Slessor encouraged monogamy among the Efik people, challenging the prevalent practice of polygamy. Mary Slessor shared Christian teachings on marriage and monogamy, emphasizing the importance of one husband and one wife. She modeled monogamy herself, demonstrating its benefits and feasibility. Mary Slessor provided counseling and guidance to couples, helping them navigate the transition to monogamy. She engaged with community leaders and elders encouraging them to adopt monogamy as a cultural norm. Mary Slessor efforts contributed to a decline in polygamy among the Efik people. Monogamy promoted more stable and harmonious family relationships by reducing polygamy. Women's status and influence within the family increased. Encouraging monogamy helped align Efik cultural practices with Christian teachings and values. Mary Slessor's promotion of monogamy reflected her commitment to Christian values and teachings, women's empowerment and rights, family stability and harmony, cultural transformation and development. In conclusion, her life and work have inspired numerous books, films, and plays. Mary Slessor's selfless dedication and courage in the face of adversity have left a lasting impact on the people of Africa and the world, particularly Calabar. Thanks for watching. Please do like and subscribe for more.